Hello, VIPKid teachers. My name is Teacher Kristi. I've been with VIPKid for over a year, and there's something that I've learned that a lot of my students were not taught or didn't retain that I've been teaching them constantly this month. So I want to share with you whether a newer teacher or not, because I wasn't even when I wasn't a newer teacher, I had something, some classes under my belt. I didn't realize just how many of my students did not know the Boss E rule. So I want to share with you what the Boss E rule is so that you can share it with your student. I've shared it with younger students, and I've shared it even with the 14, 15-year-olds. I've had to share it. And it works. And I've been able to not spoon feed them and to guide them to an answer that for them to come up with so that they can read on their own because I'm not always going to be around. I'm around for 25 minutes, a little bit more, stick around. But other than that, they need to be able to read on their own. And so that's the reason even if they stop and there's an awkward pause and they ask for help, I say, you try, you try. I go like this. Sometimes I even look away from the camera and sometimes that works and they know that I'm not going to turn around until they say something. And it's been working. And then I can hear them sound it out, even though they may feel silly, but then I can narrow it down to what they have an issue with, and then I can help them figure out that sound. So whether it be the TH sound, and I go, let's do tongue in front of teeth. Maybe they have an issue with the P sound. Okay, spit with me. Whatever. I just got spit all over my laptop. Who cares? But we narrow it down. But one of this boss E role is something that a lot of my students struggle with, but not anymore because they're learning and they're learning to read on their own. It's great. I wish I could take a clip from some of my students when we first began a year ago and show right now, and you'll see the huge difference. And it's not, I'm not saying, oh, it's me. I'm guiding them and they're doing the work. They are putting in the practice. They are reading it and they're taking the instruction and doing something with it. That's the amazing part. Okay, so let's talk about bake. It's a simple word. Bake. This, say your student said back. Usually this is not one of the words that they mess up on, but back. I'd say, look at this. And sometimes if they've already been taught, they go, oh, bake. But if they haven't, I say, look, vowel, consonant, E. And just so you know, consonant, you wrote cons on ant. I have trouble spelling it sometimes, so I remembered cons on ant. And that's consonant. But yes, vowel, consonant, E, the vowel says its name. So here, I'm trying to think, it's usually an I that my students have trouble with. It's an I word. So it's not like that they have an issue with. It's not bike. It's like they memorize those names from the objects, so they don't have issue really with like and bike, or maybe they've heard it a lot, but I want to teach them to actually read. So let's just say it's a nonsense word because we teach nonsense words. Sometimes I just throw in words in there to test them that's not even, when we have that spelling, the little spelling chalkboard, I'll just throw out random words to see if they're actually retaining the information or if they're just memorizing. Because especially when they've been with me a long time, then I'm like, okay, I know you know this. I know you're good at studying. I'm happy, but I want you to know the material for yourself. So let's just pretend we made up a word. So well, bile is a word. Let's just do that. Okay. But sometimes I make up a word and I know it's not a word. But this one, let's just say b-i-l, bile. But sometimes they throw an eat out there. Say they say bell or they say bill, anything like that. I say, do you know boss E? If they say no or look at me like I'm crazy, then I say, vowel, consonant, E. Then I do my hands like this. Long, I, file. Yes, very good. That's usually how it works. And then not only that, then I test them at the end, make sure that they retained that throughout. That's usually in the beginning, and then it's been 25 minutes, we've had conversations. I want them to remember. And then I will write that in feedback. And I'll write out what the boss E rule is so that the parent can help the student. And lately I've been I've been throwing out advice sometimes. If I think the student needs just a little more assistance, I'll write something like um, something about using English phrases at home, but just a few, because the students that are really good, that meet me right off the bat and they are so good, I say, do you use English at home? And then I take out this and I ask them how often, that they use English at home. And I've had a student before say, yeah, my mom uses English. She likes to. I'm like, go mom, good mom. And I let her know because I'm like, it's helping. It's very obvious when the parents speak English at home, even just a little bit in everyday life. It's so obvious. So sometimes with parents that I know, I'll throw out, encouragement. So hopefully they'll use a couple of phrases at home because the student picks up on it so much faster when they have parent involvement, so much faster. Um, so because our 25 minutes, we can only do so much. But when the parent takes that and runs with it, and sometimes the families will watch either from behind or they'll watch, on another tablet or they rewatch the class and they learn for themselves. That is so helpful because then they get to use that language with their child and it brings them closer together. They're learning a foreign language together. It's just beautiful. But yeah, that's the boss E role. Happy teaching, and let me know below if you have any questions about grammar because although I wasn't a brick and mortar teacher, I actually went to be an English teacher and I changed my major to business. But now this job, it intertwines. So I'm like, you know what? God turned it around for good either way. I couldn't decide. I was in school way too long. But you know what? He turned it around for good. Now I get to use my business marketing stuff and my English stuff and I get to use the grammar and it's all in my face every day now. So it's getting easier and easier to assist and let them figure it out for themselves. Happy teaching. And let me know below if you have any tips. Maybe you're making videos. I want to watch. If you make any videos that are helping out the newer teachers or maybe something that veteran teachers maybe haven't picked up on, let me know because we can help each other out and build each other up. And then our company can expand. And then there will be plenty of students for everybody. And if there's so many good teachers in VIPKid, then parents will flock and they'll want to come to VIPKid, and then we'll all have students, and we're just going to build each other up. So that's just kind of the vision. If I zoom out, that's what I see. I'm like, the community helping out each other. Boom, more students and parent involvement. Boom, sharing with their friends. Boom, boom is just, yeah, that's what I see in my head. Happy teaching.